Welcome to Puerto Vallarta, a place where I now call home. Located right on the Bay of Banderas, it's easily one of the most beautiful places I've ever lived. I love Mexico. The people, the culture, the food, it's all so good. But after I've lived in Mexico for 2 years now, I can start to feel the drain of missing some comforts at home. Even though we live in an absolutely beautiful place, and trust me, not a day goes by here where I'm not blown away by God's creation, life can still be hard. My wife and I have had to make a lot of sacrifices in our life in order to live here. On the outside looking in, life can look pretty amazing here. But today I'm going to share with you what has been the hardest sacrifice I've had to make in my life since moving to Mexico. So even though I was born in the city of Phoenix, Arizona, I grew up most of my childhood living in the country. Living in homes with large yards and just quietness around them, and neighbors that you could trust, and it was a kind of place where we could go on vacation and simply leave our house unlocked because we had no worries in the world that anybody would want to come into our home to steal something. Since living in Mexico though, I've had quite the opposite experience in living here. Not that it's unsafe or anything, we truly feel safe about living in Mexico, living abroad here, but at the same time too, we no longer live in the country, we no longer have a large yard. We live in a home where even right now, you could probably hear construction going on in the backside of our house. And that's just become a part of our life here. And for me, this has been probably the biggest sacrifice I've made in my life since living in Mexico, is sacrificing the sense of quietness and peace around my home. So even though I can't physically change the environment around our house, still having a small backyard and having to deal with construction noise, I still put myself in environments that are very helpful for my health and peace in my heart. So that's really the first thing I really had to learn to apply to my life at living abroad in Mexico, is taking the time to get outside the house, to go in places that are quieter. Even though they can be hard to find, there are places around here, thankfully, like the beach and some other locations that allow me to go there, just be in creation and find rest in that sense of solitude. It's a separation from the chaos of noise that happens inside a city. And the second thing that I've really had to work on applying to my life is during my devotion time is to really seek God in prayer in this area of my life, learning to find my rest and my peace in Christ in this area that I used to fill with my own space of living where I used to live in the States. And this has been extremely helpful. It's been an area of my life that I learned to grow quite a bit into, to find my rest in Christ and not find my rest in what's around me. And for me, even though it's been a hard experience, it's still been an incredible one at the same time to learn how to refine that rest in this area of my life in Christ again. You see, no matter where we live in the world, there's always going to be things around us that cause stress in our life or cause some kind of disorder in our life. At the same time, we can rest assured that by turning back to Christ, we can refine that rest and refine that peace in Him and not in those things we're trying to turn to within the world. Now, there are many more things that I and my wife have learned about ourselves since living abroad in Mexico, and there are many sacrifices that we've had to make in our life and many things we've had to change about our lifestyle in order to be better fit in this culture and better fit serving God here. And this is just one area of my life that is a major one that I really had to sacrifice, is sacrificing that dream home with a big yard and having a sense of quietness always around me, and learning that those things are great sacrifices in order to make for God's kingdom in order to serve Him better here in Mexico. So what are you willing to sacrifice in your life? Is God calling you to do something uncomfortable? More than likely, He probably is. So take time this week to pray about it, find peace in Christ about it, and then act upon it. And as always, if you haven't already, be sure to give this channel a subscribe and this video a like, and just know I truly appreciate you guys' time for watching these videos. Until next time, have a great week.